some point, you just get too old.
My God, I can't believe you just said that to me. What? Or
no, I'm not saying you. Look
this
at
is
the
the rest
people,
of the podcast right here.
Look at the
I think
people.
you just called me and even everybody else old.
I think we have some good stuff to talk about today.
Same table, pull up a chair, like we always say. Room at the table for everybody. We've got to have a country with room at the table, and we're going to make that happen. Starting one podcast at a time.
So I kind of wanted to talk about, now I saw something interesting. And of course this comes up a lot with the age of our government, like the people in the government, does not reflect the majority of the age of the actual people. Come
on, we've had a population that's been aging for some time, getting older and shifting toward older people as the boomers aged up and stuff. So what you got for us, Emma? Did you find anything? I know that most people feel that way, like they're not represented in that age group, but I also knew that we've had lots of folks growing up. We've had entire generations. You had all those boomers, World War II, all of those folks aging up, and I feel like this is a Substack I need to go get all the stats on.
Baby boomers make up 20%, which is what, that's basically what our, there's a bunch of freaking old people in the government that are way too old. And I think my point is that at some point, you just get too old.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that to me. What?
No, I'm not saying you.
This is the rest of the podcast right here.
Look at the people.
I think you just called me and even everybody else old.
No, I'm saying that at a certain point, they cannot. At a certain point, they start to not be able to make decisions for a country that are good because
maybe not reflect the values of the country is what you're trying to say. I love what you're saying, Emma, because I think it's reflective. I think you're reflective of what a lot of people feel. I'm just going to say I'm on the other side. I think what you said is not right.
They have, my point is they freaking have dementia because they're so old.
Not everybody old has dementia.
What's that one guy? The one guy
recently.
You mean the
orange guy?
Yeah.
Not that guy.
Well, there's another guy. There's a bunch of guys. Yeah.
So hey, I've come to your rescue with stats, so unverified, but we're going to throw them out there because they at least seem right. The median age of the U.S. population. What do you think the average age is in America today?
Probably like 30.
You think it's 30?
Yeah.
Well, you're. I don't know if it's close. It doesn't feel close. 39. 39 is the average age.
Yeah.
17% of Americans are 65 or older, so it's nearly a fifth. However, to your earlier point, what do you think the average age in Congress is?
A million years old, like they're freaking dinosaurs. Like,
I can tell already that you are trying to get
I have
me
a
going.
Very strong opinion on this. Like,
I think I have an opinion about your opinion. So, give me a guess. The average age. You
60.
Can't be a million. Come on, we're not dinosaurs. Well, surprisingly, 59. Technically 58.9. We'll take the 59. So you were closer on this one. I am just getting I'm closing in on this number, by the way, and I will tell you, I am just getting started, Emma. Some days I feel as sharp as I ever have. I have more wisdom. I'm more motivated. I understand the world better than I ever have in my life, and I think that's true of a lot of 60-year-olds. Not everybody. I know some 60-year-olds that have never grown up. But yeah, the baby boomers hold a majority of the Senate, around 60 members. Gen X represents the largest block, so go Gen X. Around 180 members. Millennials, how many millennials lawmakers do you think there are? This is your group, right? Millennials.
That's not me. I'm Gen Z.
Oh, you're Gen Z.
I don't
Millennials is
associate
after
with
you?
millennials.
Oh, they're younger. Okay, it's 15%.
No, millennials are older. I'm younger.
Oh, I was
I'm Gen
totally
Z.
off. Well, you know what? I'm never afraid to admit a mistake, so I was
Yeah.
totally off there.
I'd say maybe there's like 10.
15% is millennial, underrepresented. So I think that's a fair point. If the
And I
average
feel like
age is 39,
Everyone always says that the younger generation is what am I trying to say? The
What are
new
you trying to say?
blood, the new people.
oh, new blood, huh?
The new, they can invent things. They have better ideas, or maybe not better. They have new ideas that are because our brains are still.
I will grant you this. It's probably
Developing.
the term you're looking for, and I'm going to throw this out there, is elasticity.
Yeah.
So the elasticity of our thoughts, of our biases, of who we are. I will grant you that, and I'll just go on my own personal experience and observations. But I know I had more elasticity when I was much younger. However, you can say these last 10 years, you've seen me go through a journey. And I think you have to admit that I've gone from kind of one side to the other politically and philosophically. And I think you've seen that journey. So maybe I'm not immediately elastic, but I can be stretched and moved in these directions. And I will say that's probably uncommon. I don't know how many people my age are actually still elastic, but I will also say Gen X is a bit different. We had to be elastic. We grew up in an age when we had to, we were the latchkey kids and we learned to take care of ourselves. And I think taking care of ourselves meant we had to adapt quickly to our situations. And so what I'll be curious about is Gen X is in this, late 50s, 60. As we're going through this, do we test your theory there that you start aging up and you become more set in your ways? Because I think that's what you're describing. Is this we're in concrete, right? We're more set in our ways. So some things I am set in my ways. Absolutely. I've just been through enough life. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. And I'm more set in my ways. So I will give you this. I probably don't experiment as much as I did. Not totally. There have been some things in the last few years, but I don't experiment. I don't go out and try to, failure just costs more these days in all kinds of ways. So I am more hesitant to do things. I'm more hesitant to jump into the deep end of a pool. It might be cold. I don't want to deal with it afterwards. I might get aches and pains after. So yeah, there are things that cause me to hesitate. But I think overall your statements are a reflection of probably how people like in your age group would feel. And I will tell you this, when I was your age, I felt the same way. I can describe to you, boomers were ahead of us and we got tired of them telling us what to do.
We're still tired of them. Like, what are they? They're still alive somehow. And I can say that because, what is it? Both my grandparents are baby boomers and they're not here anymore. And I'm like,
yeah. They were.
We need a new generation.
And I will tell you, your grandmother, when she got her 2 master's degrees in the
your grandmother
in the my grandmother. Sorry, it would be your great grandmother. My grandmother, in her in the 1940s, she gets 2 master's degrees at a time when women weren't doing that, right? Like not on a large scale. It was, and especially in Texas and rural Texas, and she really raised the bar. She was out there pushing things. Somebody asked a question recently of, like, what would somebody think of our family now? Because there is a lot of us that have become more liberal. We're wearing tattoos. We're doing a whole lot more things than we ever did before. My response to that is, if you took my grandmother, your great grandmother, if you took her and brought her forward, she would absolutely be a part of this. She would be right there with you, Emma, probably living with you, the two of you in your new place there. You'd have another person, because she pushed boundaries, and people that do that tend to push boundaries wherever they live. Whatever era they live in, they're going to push those boundaries. It's who they are.
And of course, I will say there are baby boomers who have done that, who are currently pushing boundaries, who are trying to make a change in the world. And I want to kind of explain that when I say these statements, I might seem like I'm talking about everyone. Not talking about everyone. I'm talking about a very specific group of people. And
Was I going to call you out and say? I was just going to say it's a bit naive.
And I know that there's a very certain group of people who are old, who are set in their ways.
This sounds very stereotypical.
We are very, very.
But wait. But wait.
We're tired of them.
Do you really want to group entire people into stereotypes? Because
that's what I said. I'm not grouping everyone.
But
that was my point.
So let me make this personal then. How do you feel about stereotypes when it comes to lesbians?
Some of them are true. I'm not going
going down that path.
Some of them are true. Some of them are false.
So when you say stereotypes about older people, I think I feel personal about that when you said it.
I just made a point to say that I'm not talking about every baby boomer. I'm talking about a very specific group.
Yeah.
And I think you know who I'm talking about. We're very tired. And I'm starting to talk like them.
Well, they would know what you're talking about if they were still awake for our podcast.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just saying, how many shows have you seen me start and not finish in the last 5 years?
A lot.
And not finish because I enjoy them, but I'm sleeping.
No, but the point is that I'm not talking about everyone. There is a very certain group that are in Congress.
Oh, okay. So let's get back to the politics. Congress.
The presidential. You know who I'm talking about. They're a little bit too old, and there needs to be a cap on how old you can be because they start to not want to change. That's a very certain group of people. That's not all baby boomers. That's my
What if it was
point.
me, and I'm 80, and I still have my faculties, and I'm the president? Are you going to say the same thing to me?
Yes.
You're
too old. You need to retire.
I didn't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted.
Well, it's just, and I feel like, and anyone who's my demographic, who's like Gen Z or anyone who's younger.
Do you all feel that way?
Do you feel the same? Because I feel like I've definitely watched a lot of commentary where people say almost the exact same thing. Because we're just tired. We're tired of old people, old white men making decisions for our. Yeah.
Now you get really specific.
For us. And it's like, why are you making decisions? You're.
If my rosacea gets any worse, I'm not going to be white anymore. I'm just going to be red. I mean, really, seriously, this is getting out of control. So. Mm-hmm. But so your point's getting very specific there, Emma. Old, white men that have ruled the country and a lot of history. And what you're saying is you're tired of it. You want to change. Now that's very stereotypical, and I probably take a little offense to that because I'm an old white man, and I'm at least mostly straight. I think. It's a spectrum. We'll see. I don't know that I'm all the way over there, but we'll see. And I don't feel like that applies to me. I think I'm elastic. I think I'm listening to things. I'm open to new ideas. I sometimes like new music, though maybe not all of it. I don't feel like I'm quite in that same box. And so I'm going to challenge if you're Gen X.
Well, obviously, I will say people like let me just give an example, like Bernie Sanders, for example.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, you're cool. He's an old white man.
He's still engaged.
Cool. Yeah.
He's engaged all the time. You can read his Substacks, read his
They're
posts.
They're actually pretty good.
Really good. He's well-spoken. He's still out there fighting the good fight. Mm-hmm. Do I agree with everything? No, not everything, but I'm glad he's out there fighting. So it's a little bit offensive though. What I want to ask is if let me ask him if we have Gen X listening. How do you feel about her comments? Do you run into that with a younger generation? Do you see the same comments that I'm hearing? I mean, I'm a little bit. I'm honestly a little offended.
We're just so tired of the same thing over and over again of America that we just need a change. And we're tired of just the same people running America.
Oh,
it's just the complete same people, same mindset. I really wish we got a really, really good person in power that can that actually understands what we want, that actually understands diversity, that actually understands that America is not one thing. We are a vast and completely different, but we just want someone who understands that. And I guess my point is, I'm tired of change not being made. And I think my generation is tired. And we are finally standing up to everything. And that's why you hear me, I'm really pumped up about this, because I feel like my generation can actually make a change. That's why we're so outspoken about this.
I do love that. I think change is needed. And in fact, the entire book that I've written, A Nation of Communities, is about the changes you're suggesting, that we do not need to carry forward the old architecture of Congress and how states are set up. We need to recognize the extremely large tens of millions of people in cities and their constitutional rights as cities to represent their citizens. So part of what I was hitting on when I thought of writing this book, Emma, was the exact changes you're suggesting, that if we were to have a more representative government that actually represented the states, the people in those states fairly, that this change you're talking about would just naturally occur. You wouldn't even have to force it. Yeah. It would occur because now you would have a more balanced power structure in the country, more balanced representative, a more balanced electorate in this country. And like we said before, you can't have 39 million people in California get 2 senators and 41 other states have 2 senators and they're the same populations, the same size. Where is that fair?
It's not.
Where is that representative? It's not. You change that, all these things you're talking about all of a sudden change. Now you will get more diversity in government. You will get more diversity in the executive branch. That happens naturally. Now, you try to force it in any other way, it won't work. You have to fundamentally change the foundations of this country. Now, it doesn't mean we love the Constitution. I love the Constitution in our country. There are changes that need to happen. And the founding fathers agreed with me on this. In fact, they agreed so much, they said it should change every 19 years or so, right? It should rotate, it should change. It should be reflective of the people at that time. So there are changes that need to happen to it. We need to start with the Senate's the biggest and most obvious one, that it is not representative of the people in this country. What else needs to happen? One American, one vote, and that popular vote for president, and you just tally them up. There's no electoral college, and you're done. Whoever wins the most popular votes wins. You do those things, then all these other things start taking care of themselves in this country. But if you try to fight those individual battles, if you try to fight abortion battles, gun laws, you're going to lose most of those. It's going to take forever. It requires architectural change. And I really hope what you're saying is true, Emma, that your generation is about that change. I hope they'll read the book and understand that there is an outline, a blueprint. Follow that blueprint. All those things happen for your generation.
Yeah. And I really hope that I can be try and get more Gen Z to be more interested in the book, because I really feel like it reflects what a lot of us want to change.
It is written by Gen X, but it is written with somebody that's watched you struggle, watched your brother struggle, watched my family struggle. I have those stories in the book. We talk about it. This book is what Hillbilly Elegy was for conservatives. This is what the middle, it's for conservatives too. There's a lot that I have in there for conservatives. There's a plan for everyone, conservatives, the middle, the left. There's a plan that makes everyone happier than they are today. And to me, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Good. Wow. You really got me going on this, Emma. Jeez. I mean, this whole ageism, I faced it looking for work. I wanted to find a different position. I faced ageism.
I try not to be that way, but it's really, really hard when you feel oppressed by a certain age. So sometimes I can't help it.
Yeah, I'm going to say more about that. I mean, you feel a little repressed. You feel like that's...
So, of course, naturally, I feel like I want to fight back because that's just in my nature. So, I apologize to anyone that I might have offended, but I probably did not mean you. I did not mean you. I meant the people in power.
If I can survive it, I guess everyone else can. What's important, though, here's the important thing. I mean, here's what I'll say. You and everyone out there needs to express themselves. And if you feel that way, express it. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. Express it. But you need to express your opinions. You need to get your voice out there and get it heard. And if you feel that way, let's have a conversation like we're doing right now. Right? I was a little offended by what Em said. That kind of hits home, Em. But at the same time, I understand where you're coming from. I've been in your shoes in that generation and fighting and saying, we really don't want the 50s to come back, like the 1950s. Right. And there was a time in the late 1980s. I was in high school. And that was the whole thing, was they felt like the 1950s were coming back because we had Reaganomics, Ronald Reagan. The whole country was going, they're like, we're bringing back the values of the 50s. Yay. But it's always romanticized. They forget all of the oppression of minorities, right? Yes. The oppression of women. They forget all the negative things, and they just want to, let's go to, sock hops or whatever. It's all of a sudden Elvis Presley and 57 T-Birds, but they forget all the negative sides of it. And people want to romanticize the past, and that's human nature. But we need to recognize that and recognize that, let's not go to the past. Let's go to the future. Let's build something special that we all can enjoy in this country. Left, right, middle, we all enjoy, and we can all be happier. And it's possible. It's pluralism. We talked about it before. Two things can be the opposite of each other, and they can exist in the same space, right? It's perfectly fine to be conservative, liberal. We don't have to fight over who's going to win, right? It doesn't have to be an existential crisis that if you don't get your person in the White House, your side's going to completely lose. Take that power away, put it back in the communities where it belongs. It's devolving a lot of the federal power that exists today and a lot of the problems that exist and was never the design in the first place. So we're not redesigning, we're simply going back to what was intended. So people are like, well, let's go recapture. Yes, let's go back to what the founding fathers really wanted for this country and build that. So now you got me going.
Yeah.
I have some news for you in a minute when we're done with this. Oh. Remind me. I'll tell you. I came up with something. This weekend. So we'll talk about it.
But I think my point is that I just want more diversity. I want more, and I think your book will just...
Me too, Em.
Change that.
Diversity. I built the most diverse teams at some of the companies I've been at. When I've been in those positions as an executive and leading, and they've been the most fantastic people, the best teams, the best ideas. I would put some of my cyber teams against anyone, and you know who I'm talking about. You folks that worked with me, for me, 20 years ago. Yeah. Good topic, and wow.
All right.
Well, people didn't get wound up in the first 5 minutes.
Listen,
they got wound up now.
I feel like through this podcast, I've been able to express my opinion better because it forces me to talk more. So
do this. If you've been, you're around me, you've got to talk if you're going to get a word in.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If you've seen the very first podcast and you've stayed with us, thank you. If you've seen it and you've gone back to watch the whole history, watch how Emma has changed from the first one, second to now, and watch how she's evolved and how she's growing and changing. I couldn't be prouder as a dad. Thanks, Emma. I'm really proud of you.
This video is sponsored by us. We have a Patreon. We are so excited to announce that we have a Patreon. that has a lot of amazing benefits, including you get to actually vote on topics, suggest ideas, ask questions that we'll actually answer on the show, and at the end of every episode, you get a shout out by me and my dad. So it is so amazing, and it's only $5 a month. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/same table, pull up a chair. Thank you for all of the support. Now let's get back to the video. Yeah.
Good. So you want to hear my news, or you got something else?
Yeah, what news do you have?
All right. So I've got to lay this out for you, right? Though I'm gonna have to. We gotta have some tea. Tea break. If you're listening to us, tell us what your favorite tea is. What is your favorite tea? Yeah. Oh, we need to do favorite tea mugs or
stuff and favorite tea.
Favorite.
I'm not
tea.
drinking tea though.
And if you've got a recipe for tea, let us know.
I do like hot tea though.
I've had all kinds of teas all over the world.
What's your favorite tea?
I will tell you, it wasn't a tea, but I was in Saudi Arabia and they had some of the best coffee. Like I was trying not to drink caffeine, and the guy, it's like they didn't understand no. It's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't have that coffee. The guy keeps bringing it, and he's like, no, you have to. I'm like, oh, I don't have to do anything. I don't want to drink it. And they're like, no, it's the best. I'm like, okay. I mean, when in Rome, right? So I drank it, and it was the best coffee, and then I was addicted to caffeine again for 5 years. So thanks, Saudi Arabia. We appreciate you. If anybody's out there and you're in Saudi Arabia, I don't know if you're legally listening or not to us, but
hopefully you probably can't play this podcast.
Hopefully you can get this podcast. Wonderful, wonderful people in that country. I would say countries, you can say what you want to about governments, but when it comes to people, beautiful people, fantastic people I met, really caring and loving, good people. That was Saudi Arabia. And I forgot where I was going with this. See, because I'm old, and like you said before, now I can't remember what I'm doing.
Tea?
Oh, teas. It was before teas. Oh, favorite tea? I don't know. Your mom makes whatever this is. Oh, I'll find out for you.
Is it the English breakfast?
I think it's Twinings English breakfast. So I think that's my favorite tea. Twinings English breakfast. Okay, so the news. So let me set this up for you.
I didn't say my favorite tea, though.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, no.
You have to ask me.
Thank you for speaking up, Emma.
So my favorite tea it's green tea, but like jasmine. It has like jasmine in it, and it's so good. Just a little bit of honey. You don't need any sugar. Just a little bit of honey. You steep it for like longer than you would other teas, just because I really like it strong.
Can you have tea without honey?
No, you add honey, but just a little bit.
Oh yeah, you have to add honey.
And then it's so good. It doesn't matter what brand you get; it's all good.
It's all good. We'll take it. Honey and tea.
What news do you have for us?
So this is going to be a long lead up. So feel free to interject, and speak up, or I'm going to ramble. So one of our ancestors, I've done a lot of research through the years, and our ancestors they came from England, at least on the Hobbs side, because we're Hobbses. One of our ancestors from the 1600s is Thomas Hobbes, Hobbes. He's a famous philosopher, political philosopher. Here, Thomas Hobbes. Put that picture next to me.
It's scary how much they look alike.
There is some kind of genetic thing that's happened here and passed down through a couple of hundred years, and I've inherited this because this is from the 1600s. Anyways, Thomas Hobbes, political philosopher. If you get to reading his philosophies, and quite frankly, I've got to read more. I don't know all of them. He wrote this book called Leviathan. It's pretty famous. We had to study it in school.
Me too.
But it argues that humanity's natural state is chaos and self-interest. And that can only be avoided by establishing a powerful, absolute government that guarantees collective security. He thought an absolute monarch was the answer. An absolute ruler was the answer. In fact, the cover of his book is it's made of this Leviathan, basically this king, and it's made of people, and they're all facing inward. Like they're part of the system, that they can't exist without that. Mm-hmm. What did you just hear that is the opposite? It's the opposite of my book. I feel like I've come back
Yeah.
as Thomas Hobbes,
And he's learned.
and we've learned a lot. And now we're saying, because my book, and I didn't realize it, I wrote it not realizing all this. Honestly, I wrote this without realizing this. It is the opposite of Leviathan. I have written something that says we want to take the power and give it back to the people, that people can be trusted. And yes, people can be chaotic and self-interest, but we create a floor that protects against that. So it's not giving people just entire freedom, but it is creating a floor that protects against that self-interest and that chaos. But it lets people arrange the furniture on it, right? Like let communities make a lot of the rules, a lot of the laws, not everything. Civil rights, that's a floor issue. Healthcare is a floor issue. Education's a floor issue. So maybe it's a combination of things. I take a little bit of, I'm not saying we need a monarch. I think Thomas Hobbes would be pretty proud of the current state of things in America. But he is our ancestor, and you'll see it when you look this up and put the picture of that. He wrote that book, and it's Leviathan. And so it got me to thinking, my book's just called The Nation of Communities. And he actually has a long title. I don't know if I can find the whole title of his book, but there's a much longer title about this, right? And he's the one that comes up with the social contract and all these other philosophies, right? That there's this whole thing, and that you have to have a sovereign, right? And that's where he came up with Leviathan. And we have the opposite philosophy: give power back to the people, right? Don't have the sovereign. You're going to have somebody, but it's not a sovereign. What we say is we can trust people. We'll create a floor so you can't fall further than that, but we're going to, above that, the ceiling's going to be a lot higher than it is today. So this got me to thinking, Emma, we need a name for the book.
Ooh.
And so if you're out there and you have names, send them to me, but I have a candidate. I do have a candidate here for a name for the book, because so A Nation of Communities is great, but we have to do more. If I'm going to match Thomas Hobbes on this, I have
If
to
you're
do more
literally
with
going to
this.
match your ancestor.
If I'm going to match my ancestor, I can't just put out a book that says A Nation of Communities, right? Because Leviathan's catchy, it makes you think, right? You got to have more than just.
And I do think
that.
he's like your great 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 uncle, because I know he didn't have any kids, but he's
11.
definitely your
11.
uncle.
11. We're definitely related. No, there's a tie in there. There's a tie in there. Yeah, there's a tie in there. Genetically, there's a tie in. We can follow it all the way
You'll
back.
see it
and
in the
find that.
picture. It's
He's
actually
11.
insane.
He's 11 generations back. So there's some kind of relationship there. His parents, whatever. I don't know if he had siblings. We're going to have to do some research on our ancestor. But clearly there's some genetics there at play. Okay. So if we're gonna match Thomas Hobbes, regardless of all that history and the how it's connected, there's something genetic, but who knows? We'll do some more research, or maybe somebody out there do it for us. But if we're gonna match, the point is, his book, no matter what we're saying here, I look like him, and his book is the exact opposite. So we know that much. We can say those are facts. So I was coming up with a name because Leviathan's great. Well, I can't call it Leviathan 2. I thought about that. I was like, well, Leviathan 2, or Revenge of Leviathan, or Death of Leviathan. Death of Leviathan, right? Like, we could do something like that. So I was trying to come up with a title that would be different, and people wouldn't quite know what it meant, but they might have heard of it, and then it would also represent the book. Because his whole idea of Leviathan, you kind of get that, right? Like, has all these tentacles, and so here's the name, and you'll have to spell it. Maybe you'll put a title up somewhere here. I'm across somewhere here, words going across.
You're making me do work.
Yeah, and see, we're gonna create more work for you. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Here's the word: murmuration. 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 Here's what it means. It is a natural phenomenon in which thousands of starlings fly together. They're highly synchronized in a shape-shifting pattern in the sky, but there is no single leader. There is no sovereign. They do this as a group together. And so our book, and what we're trying to say, is that as a society, we can move together, and we don't need a king. We don't need a monarch. We don't need a sovereign that's setting everything, right? So that is the word. That's the current leading candidate. I'm going to start trying to put that on the book, I think. Murmuration, a nation of communities. It almost sounds like nation, right? And the nation something.
It does.
I was
Murmuration.
kind of afraid because it kind of sounds like murder nation.
It does.
Murder nation. No.
Murmur.
Not murder nation. Murmuration.
Murmuration.
Murmuration. Well, we'll see if any of the agents out there pick this up and are thinking about it.
That's
what they want to do. I mean, they all roost together, right? They do all this aerial ballet together, these starlings, and it's all collective, right? They work it together. And I believe this is what the nation needs to build toward. I think you do too, that we need to build towards something that's more together. We're moving synchronously, but we can move just like the starlings in this dance without a sovereign at the top, without a Leviathan at the top. So there you go.
Interesting, yeah.
So I came up with that. I was sitting in the Fremont Olympic Hotel. Fremont. I don't know why I said Fremont. I was thinking Fremont. I was thinking of the troll in the Fremont Bridge for some reason in Seattle. Fairmont, downtown Seattle, Fairmont Olympic, right downtown. I'm sitting there having breakfast yesterday, and we're waiting for some family to come down, and they make this great breakfast. I'm having this crab omelet.
Ooh.
It's amazing. I recommend the crab omelet. And I'm eating, and I'm waiting for it, and I get these inspirations in the morning. And I was like, I started thinking about it, and I started looking at that. I was showing Mitzi the photo again of Thomas, and I was like, Thomas Hobbes, here we go. And I was thinking about this, and I was like, we have to be related. I can find it on Ancestry. I can go all the way back to Thomas Hobbes on Ancestry. So there's some relation there. But it made me think about that we're the opposite, that his philosophy, I mean, it was hundreds of years of people, because it was written in like 1651, I think it was. If I got that right. It was written in the, what does it say, 1650s
1600s.
1600s, there it was. It was written somewhere in there, and 1651. And here we are hundreds of years later. We need a new philosophy. We need a new political philosophy. And who better than whatever this connection may be, but another Hobbes to come along and write a book about this. So, and then change the political philosophy and landscape. So I feel like something in me, something genetics was saying, do this and write this. And
Wow.
not that I believe in that kind of junk, but it's fun to at least think about.
Are you ready for
Let's do something.
your
We're doing something
bi-weekly Reddit stories?
Yeah. We need
And
to
let
do
me
it.
know if you want me to make it weekly, because I've been thinking about that, making like weekly Reddit stories, because I really enjoy it. I feel like it has something that we can all talk about. So let me know. This was from r/best of Redditor updates. So
Best of Redditor
it's a
updates,
new
okay.
subreddit that we haven't dabbled in yet, but
Oh, well, let's go.
the title is My Best Friend of 24 years, born a male, is now a transgender woman.
Okay, so
I'm
best
in love.
friend. Hold on.
There's more to the
So I
title.
have to process this.
Oh,
So you got to slow
okay,
down.
well, we'll do it
just
sentence
like you
by
were saying,
sentence.
older people. So this is an example. I need you to go slow.
Okay.
So 24 years.
My best friend of 24 years
Two dudes.
is now a transgender woman.
All right. So one of them is transgender. Cool.
I'm in love with her and not sure if I should tell her.
Oh, wait. So 24 years. Let's break this down. You were definitely in love as
So,
friends.
They're
24 years.
They're
That's romantic?
yes.
Oh.
The friend is male.
Yep.
They had a male friend who
Yeah.
transitioned
Yep.
transitioned to a woman, and now he's in love with her.
Okay.
And he's not sure if he should tell her.
So
What do you think so far?
I'm going to have an opinion about this one, and I'm going to start with this. Take out the genders. This is just a love story about somebody that has a friend, because this happens no matter what your gender is. It could be a guy and a girl. They've been friends for 24 years, and then all of a sudden he starts getting romantic feelings, or she does get romantic feelings. It doesn't matter. This happens. I think the bigger issue of this is dealing with the friendship versus the romantic, because that's another bridge, right? It's you go from friends to something different,
Yeah.
can change things. So,
All right. Here's the story. My friend and I, both 24 years old,
both 24
have
years
been
old.
best friend our entire lives.
Best friends.
We're practically brothers. Our
Okay.
parents grew up together, went to the same schools, so my friend and I were together ever since we were little babies.
Awesome.
We've always had each other's back, protected one another, cared for each other. When the whole world felt like it was against us, the both of us knew we were always looking out for each other.
That's
My
amazing.
friend is an amazing person, someone I can go to and trust completely. I'm blessed to have this person in my life. My friend transitioned to a female a few months ago, 100% completely physically a woman.
Awesome.
She's been through hormone replacement therapy these past few years. Seeing her
Wow.
becoming so much happier is amazing to see.
Absolutely.
I'm absolutely proud of her. It's beautiful to see my friend now be so free, being comfortable with herself and always having the greatest smile on her face. But I'm falling for her, and these feelings aren't going away.
Nope.
I'll admit that I'm in love with my best friend. The friend I've known for 24 years is who is stealing my heart, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to lose my friend, but my feelings of friendship for her are turning to romantic/sexual feelings and attraction. After my friend,
That was a Texas
Fran,
moment.
that was Fran. I had a little bit of an
I'm
accent.
gonna drop into my Texas.
After my friend transitioned, we continued hanging out and talking like nothing changed. We continued going out to clubs, bars, the movies, restaurants, playing video
Right.
games. Nothing changed. We kept doing what we always did. During this time is when my feelings began to change. I started
Right.
falling in love with her. You know what attracted me? Her. The way she is. My friend is now acting like herself. Acting free
great.
and full of life. Always laughing, dancing,
good
and
story.
being goofy.
Love
It
it.
hurts me because this is someone I grew up with, and I'm afraid my feelings are going to push her away or make this awkward. Like always, I'm insanely happy being with my friend, but my feelings for her are killing me right now every time we're together again. So there's more, but so far,
Let's stop. Yeah, for
let's
a minute.
talk about it.
Yeah. So I don't know now that I'm aware of your 23 years,
Yeah.
in your 23 years, I don't know how many times you've seen this, but I've seen it a lot. I've experienced it myself where for me, it was in college. I had a really good friend. We would commute to school together. In fact, I've got lots of stories like this, but we became really close over a couple of years, and we were just the best of friends. And we would go to plays together. We'd go to outdoor Shakespeare in the park together. And we'd lay right next to each other and just giggle and carry on. And we had the best conversations. We commuted up to college together, going up to North Texas. And, I had these feelings for her. They started to, I guess it's natural, it just developed. And I started seeing her differently. And then I got to a point where I had to ask myself, do I keep the friendship or do I take a chance and expose my feelings? And for me, it's about carpe diem, seizing the day. Life's too short to know the what ifs. I have to know what's on the other side. If it's a cliff and I jump off and I fall to my death, then so be it. But I'm the kind of person that I can't go without knowing. I have to know. Now, maybe I could have grown that further and grown the friendship and it would have just worked out, but I'm not patient.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience for it, right? So once I knew these, I finally dealt with it. And then I told myself that if it doesn't work, that's okay. And when I exposed my feelings to her, she did not feel the same way. And she gave me the old line, the classic line of, I don't want to damage our friendship. And my response was,
Oof.
my response was cold. It was, the friendship is going to be damaged anyways, because I cannot continue as your friend and having these feelings. I cannot sit next to you and not want to hold you, not want to kiss you, not want to love you. Now, this is well before your mom, but I wanted to hold her and kiss her and love her and all those things. I could not just be her friend. So I put myself out there and I was trashed.
Yeah.
And now that's not the first time it's happened. Many times, because I'm really good at being friends with people. I'm really good at friends with women. I have a lot of female friends, and invariably you've developed those feelings. In fact, your mom and I were friends. We just started as friends, and we went on a few dates just as friends. And even when we broke up and she took me back, it was just as friends, right? Like until we had the whole moment with Six Flags and, you know, and her wanting to take me back and me finding out about it and asking her if she wanted to date.
Maybe we should have Mom on the podcast and y'all can tell about your love story.
Well, we should. We should tell you.
That would be fun.
All about it.
All about
her
it.
side too, because it's this not it wasn't just a straight up, right? It's like the stock market. It did this, it was did. And then you're going up and down, but you know what? You eventually track. If you're patient, you track here, but there's that market can crash. Let me tell you. But the highs, oof, boy, that's when you're banking that trust and that love on those highs.
So you're saying that he should just go for it?
I had a friend, and it's his story to tell. We can get him on, but the same thing. He got to a point where he would rather see what the answer was than continue life knowing that he loved her, because you start feeling it so deeply inside, and you're like, this is my person, and I feel it. I want to be with them. I want to wake up next to them. And you're like, you just can't take it anymore. You have to go. You have to go forward. You know, but here's the thing. When you jump, realize there may not be anything below you. Be ready for that. And here's the thing. Hey, I know it's 24 years. It is going to be okay. It will work out. And I'll tell you that, after 24 years, that's a long time. Surely they have a way to communicate. They have their own language. Yeah. They finish each other's sentences. Surely there's a way you can say, look, this is awkward. Because Mitzi and I are honest about everything. And we've had these conversations where I have to go to her or she come to me and it's like, hey, it's a bit awkward, but I want to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
Just call it out. Like, I'm feeling this way. It's really hard for me right now, and I'm trying to deal with this. I just want to know how you feel, or do you feel the same? And if not, I don't want to. I want our friendship, but I just need you to know that I kind of feel this way. And now you know what's going to happen. The minute you put it out there, it is going to change. No matter how much you want to keep it the same, they're going to know this information, and it's going to change the way they interact with you. So if you don't want it to change, don't put it out there. If you just want to keep the friendship, for me, I'm a lover. I feel it. I feel it. You got to go on emotion, and when you feel that, you got to go. And I'm the kind of person, I feel something, I got to do it. I got to go. I'm not going to hang around and wait. But they're different kind of people, so I'm not saying he should do that. He needs to evaluate himself. Okay,
let's read the. So, I've fallen in love with her true self. Her true self is absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's so good.
That is so
I've
good.
spoken to another close friend of mine about this. Mm-hmm. I just got made fun of.
What?
Haha, you wanna F your bro? Seriously? Is practically what I got.
Oh, wait. They need to go. Those people need to go. They're not your friends.
They're not your friends.
They're not your friends.
And huge transphobia. Oh my God.
Yeah, they need to go. Believe me, we got more friends in the community. Come find us. We be your friends. See, I'm learning that. We be your friends.
Yeah. They didn't understand where I was coming from. They didn't understand what an insanely amazing person my friend is.
Of course. I can only imagine.
This friend of mine feels it's creepy and nasty. I'm falling for my best friend. They aren't taking my friend's transition seriously, which is another reason why they're acting immature. All he did was make fun of me. So ever since then, I haven't spoken to anyone else about how I feel.
Well, don't tell those friends. They showed you their true nature.
Yeah, they're not your friends anymore. You have to cut them off.
Yeah, that's transphobic. Either educate them and they get up to speed, cut them off. That's ridiculous.
Also, aside from being scared of losing my friend, I'm afraid of what our families will think. What happens if my friend and I do end up together and our families suddenly start to panic? I'm afraid not only ruining my friendship, but the friendship our parents have with themselves for many years. Both of our families were completely supportive when my friend transitioned. Not a single negative comment. Everyone is proud of her, and the love of our families have for her hasn't changed at all.
Wow.
I feel I'm overthinking all of this, especially because being friends is very different than being in a serious relationship. If anything, our families would be insanely happy we're together and be so annoying. Haha. That's what they wrote. They wrote haha. But I'm more worried on the negative response, which is why I believe I'm overthinking this whole thing. Plus, if I plan to even confess my feelings for her, I have to do it soon. She's also being asked out on dates, but she tells me she's looking for the right person to spend time with. I feel this is my opportunity to confess, but I don't know if I should. I don't just want to confess how I feel about her. I want an actual relationship with my friend. If any of you have some advice, please definitely share it, because I have no clue what to do. I'll love to tell my friend how I feel about her, but I don't want to lose our 24-year-old friendship. I also don't want to make it seem like I'm falling for her just because she's now a woman. I don't want her to feel that way at all. What do you all think I should do? I'll absolutely appreciate the advice, input. I'll greatly appreciate it so much. So, there's a little bit more. And there's some more updates, but right now, what are we thinking?
So, ask yourself this question. Do you want to be 90 years old and still be friends with this person? And then they're on their deathbed and they're like, you know what? I always loved you. I always wished we could have gotten together. I wish you would have done something or said something. I was afraid to tell you. Do you want to have lived with that and live with that regret and be old? Because I know the older I get, you think back and you're like, I have some regrets.
Yeah.
I wish I'd just done some things. Do you want to do that and be 90 years old and have regrets? Or do you want to take a chance now, and it may ruin everything, but hey, at least you know, and it's a cutoff, and you can live the rest of your life and go find happiness? Do you want to live your life just wishing for that happiness? Or do you want to find out if this isn't the right thing? Hopefully they'll still be your friend. If not, that's their problem. And then it gives you the chance to move on. Because trust me, brother, you can move on. You can go to the next. There'll be other people. Your life will continue. I know it seems like it might not, but it will continue. At least you'll know. For me, I don't want to be 90 and have that regret and not know.
Yeah.
And so I put myself out there more than once. That was one story. I've done it a lot. There maybe they'll listen someday, Emma, and they'll write in here and be like, yeah, I was one of those. I was one of those. And now I regret it. Look at him now.
Well, I will say, update number 1.
Update number 1.
Screw it. I'm going for it. I'm going to ask out my friend. It's Saturday, 1 p.m. right now. I'm going to see if she wants to go on a date tonight.
There you go.
First off, wow, thank you for giving me the motivation. Reading
Yeah.
your comments has made me realize I shouldn't waste time.
Right.
I need to go for it or I'm going to regret it. My
Great.
plan is to take her out on a fun date and I'll confess my feelings during the date.
Awesome.
I might even show her this post as I literally poured all of my feelings in this post. She actually lives a few houses down the street. We live in the same neighborhood. That's why we pretty much are always together 24/7 every week. I'm going to message her and see if she's home so I can stop by. And while I'm there,
Dude.
I'm going to ask her out. Wish me luck. I'll continue to update.
Do it.
We do have a second
Updates.
update, but yes.
Here we go.
We are. I kind of just
all
want to
paying
read
attention
it
now.
because I'm so curious.
Read it. Let's go.
Update number 2.
Update number 2.
I got a date tonight.
Oh.
I was insanely nervous walking to my friend's house, but I can't stop smiling because wow, I actually got a yes from my friend. One issue I had where the date was going to be, I had no idea. But I remembered she loves this 80s bar grill that has karaoke every night and tacos. So that's where we're going. So tonight it's going to be tacos, drinks, 80s music, and karaoke. Sounds like an awesome date. I told her pretty relaxed. I didn't rush into it. Showed up, started talking like usual, And that's when I asked her.
That's awesome.
Told her I would love to take her out on a date tonight. That I've been wanting to ask her out for the longest time. I definitely tried to hide my face from blushing because
Right.
she had a huge smile when I asked her out. She's even extra excited because we're going to her favorite place. I feel asking her out has made her comfortable to flirt with me. She started complimenting me and even kissed me on the cheek before I left. She's definitely felt more intimate, if that makes more sense. She even said she's going to get extra pretty for the date tonight. I'll admit, I'm really looking forward to that, although it's impossible for her to get extra pretty, seeing as she's already gotten already.
Love is love.
I'm still shaking, honestly.
Love is love.
The
There you
shakes are more shakes of excitement. I'm going to pick her up in 2 to 3 hours, so I'll definitely be ready soon. Haven't gone on a date in quite some time, so I'm really looking forward to it, especially the date being the girl
Right.
I really love.
Somebody that, yeah.
I'm still nervous, but it'll pass eventually. She
Hallelujah.
was 100% waiting
She was.
for him to ask. Because
Well,
earlier
imagine-
in the story,
Yeah.
he said that she's been asked out, but she denied all
She
of
was
them.
saying no. Yeah.
But the way that she acted immediately, ooh, he had nothing to be worried about. And that's such a good story. Because especially just not caring that, your best friend
Right.
is now their true self. And
That's amazing.
that is amazing.
I'm so happy for them, Em.
I know.
I think that's a great story. Tell me that there's no more updates. I don't want to know anything bad.
There's no more updates.
Oh, good.
That was
I'm
it.
just gonna. I'm gonna imagine.
I'm
that
sure
they go
they're living happily ever
live
after
happily
now.
ever after.
Because,
Find that happiness.
it feels like...
Look, it's a personal choice. It could have gone the other
Yeah.
way. It has for me, often, even with
But-
my own wife. So
That's just amazing that it ended in such a great way. And,
that is amazing.
good for him for
That's a fairy tale right there.
being just, number one, being honest, and number
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
just seeing her for who she is.
Seeing her
Because
for who
he
she
can
is
see-
and loving the person.
Exactly. He can see that she's now the person that was inside
Right.
all along. And he's in love with that. And that's such an amazing story because
That's a great story.
it's probably like he was in love with the person.
Right. Right.
I don't want to say all along, but probably for a while.
Kind of feels that way.
But
Kinda feels
now
that way.
that she's out
Yeah.
and she's herself,
Right.
he really just fell in love. And that's such a great story.
That's
Sometimes
an
Reddit
amazing
stories are
story.
bad, but sometimes you get a good one.
Well, we've had a couple of challenging ones. I'm glad we have a better one now. Em.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my advice was don't wait till 90. I'm glad they didn't. What I will tell people is be very careful with this, though. Know what you're getting into because whatever you do, it changes. The friendship will change, even if they say it's not going to, because I've had that happen where once it was out there and then it's like, well, it was never the same. And
Well,
the
then
friendship,
it's just awkward. It just gets weird.
so it does. And I will say, be ready for it. Understand what you're getting into. I put myself out there, but that's me. I would recommend, that would be my advice to most people I know. But you have to self-evaluate and know what you're getting into, and know that no is a possibility. Right? They may not feel the same way, but at least you know. That's what I always came down to. I didn't want to grow old and not know. I've seen people that wait. They don't express themselves, and I just don't live with regrets. That's what I would say. Either thing you choose, just don't have a regret about it. Mm-hmm. Well, that was a great story, Emma.
That was a great story.
And with that, I actually am out of tea.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to run. Mm-hmm. And so this was fantastic. We covered a lot of ground today.
We did.
I think it got a little contentious, but I think we showed we can navigate that father-daughter and differences.
Well, that's what this is about. It's about us having different opinions, but we can
is.
still talk.
We can still talk. We can still pull up a chair to the table and sit at the same table. We don't have to
Yeah.
kick anybody out of the table.
We don't.
We can all sit at the same table. So Wow. Good. Well, pull up. So how do we got to finish? We got to do our virtual clink.
Pull up a
Virtual
chair.
clink. Clink, Emma.
Clink.